Hi, my name's Rachel Pinder and I'm the Subject Programme Leader for Animal Care, and welcome to the College's Virtual Open Day. Kirklees College land-based section has two centres. The Taylor Hill Centre is based in Newsham, Huddersfield. It's about a 15-minute bus ride from Huddersfield bus station. We also have the Hargate Hill Centre, which is based in Glossop, Derbyshire. They offer equine and animal courses. Here are some of the courses that we have to offer. The Level 1 Diploma in Land-Based Studies. This is a practical and theory-based qualification. Learners will understand the day-to-day care of looking after animals, as well as feeding, cleaning and handling. The Level 2 Diploma in Animal Care has a practical element and work placement element. Students will learn again the day-to-day care of animals, feeding, cleaning, health checking and handling. But they will also study exotics, dog grooming and retail. The Level 3 Technical Diplomas in Animal Management covers an academic element. This includes animal biology, animal nutrition, veterinary nursing and anatomy and breeding. There's also the practical element, which includes the day-to-day husbandry, feeding, cleaning, handling, health checking, as well as administering medications and preventative treatments where necessary. Dog grooming's included, animal training and pet store. There's also an industry relevant element which includes zoology, wildlife and conservation, ecology and vet nursing. We also run the Level 4, Level 5 Higher Nationals in Animal Management. These pictures show some of the work that our students do at both centres. We try and involve students as much as possible, giving them a realistic experience based on industry requirements and industry expectations. Students are able to access all facilities, and we have high expectations that when students complete the qualification, they are fully competent in all areas of animal husbandry. So I choose an animal care course at Kirklees College. I'm very proud of the centre we have and the facilities that we have on offer. Our courses provide learners with a wide range of opportunities, including day trips and residential trips to zoos, parks and safari experiences within the UK. Some students also experience Africa and the wildlife it has to offer. We also work closely with a charity who allows students to gain valuable work experience abroad in Malta, Greece and Aruba. Lessons are provided by professionally experienced tutors from zookeepers and veterinary nurses. We also have experienced equine yard managers and dog groomers that also deliver part of the qualification. All our tutors are highly experienced in their specialised field. Your timetable runs approximately 16 hours a week, but there is additional work experience on top of this. We also run competitions, including pet shows, dog agility and dog grooming. We're very proud of facilities we have, with over 60 species of animal housed at our Taylor Hill Centre, ranging from exotics and livestock to mammals, birds and aquatics. Students are able to progress up through the levels, from level 1 right up to level 4 and 5, and then continue on to a degree. If you don't have GCSE, Maths or English at grade 4 or above, these two will be built into your study programme. Here are some more pictures of what the students get up to, from working within our exotic unit at Taylor Hill, to the dog shows that we hold on a regular basis, to students providing enrichment for Yorkshire Wildlife Park, and a trip down to the Animal Health Trust down in Newmarket. So what are some of the benefits of studying our courses? Students are able to develop a range of practical skills and knowledge within the centre as well as external opportunities. Many students gain confidence and understanding of caring for animals. Learners are also able to develop a range of different learning skills and understand and implement positive work ethics. Students are working towards a valuable and rewarding career. They're able to build an impressive CV with some of the opportunities that we have to offer. And students are able to study in a positive and friendly environment.
Hi, my name is Louis Turner. I'm studying animal care. I chose Kirklees because I like to work with animals, and there's a lot of animals to study, and the teachers are really nice. It helped me to boost my confidence when working with certain animals such as snakes. My favourite part of college is where it's going on the trips such as South Africa, where I study the animals, like what they're like in their natural habitat. The tutors help me with understanding what I have to do, understanding what I need to try and do. Facilities are good, like different facilities are designed for every specific animal. But I'm going on to HNC next year, so it might help what I want to do.
Here are some more images of what the students get up to, from the trip to Africa, to working in the grooming salon, to some of the animals that we have at the centre, such as snakes, boss monitors, guinea pigs and goats, as well as other animals that students get to experience on trips such as lemurs and penguins. Equipment and reading list. All personal protective equipment will be available, such as Wellington boots and lab coats. However, we do ask students wear suitable footwear at all times when working with the animals, especially the livestock. A full set of stationery, notebooks and folders will be required at the start of the qualification. We do have a full range of books available in our learning resource centres, both at the Taylor Hill Centre at the main college site. These are beneficial to your studies and can be borrowed at any time. So what can learners do after they finish their qualification? Some of the learners actually stay with us for up to 5 years. Some learners will start at level 1 and progress to level 2, then to level 3 and even level 4 and 5. Some students will start with us at level 2 and progress upwards, and some students will start at level 3 and progress on to level 4 and 5. And from there, they'll look at doing the top up at university, with degrees to include zoo husbandry, ecology and conservation, vet nursing, behaviour, marine biology, as well as many, many more. Some of our learners progress into employment or take other training opportunities or apprenticeships. Some will work within retail or animal welfare. There are other career choices available on offer, and we spend much of our time working with students and discussing and explaining careers. We have career providers that give demonstrations and talks to our students. We're very keen to make sure that we work with students on progression and have a full team to back us up. Thank you for listening, and I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, please type them into the chat and we will do our best to answer them.
Okay, so we're going to go over to Rachel now, who will come onto camera, and we've got some questions to start asking. If you want to type them into chat, we'll read them out to Rachel. So, are you ready to go, Rachel?
Yep.
Yep, brilliant. Okay, so the first question we've got is, how much time is spent working with the animals?
In a normal year, which is a non-COVID year, it would vary depending on the qualification that you're on. So students working at level 1 usually spend around about 1 day a week, sort of like at the centre, working directly in the animal units. Level 2 will have, and level 3 have what we call practical instructor sessions. So these are embedded into the qualification. It's usually a 2-hour-a-week slot where they will work directly in the animal units. But there's also additional practicals that students will do, such as the dog grooming, animal training, animal health. And these are additional practicals that run on top of your husbandry time, which is your cleaning, your feeding, and your handling and health checking.
Okay, the next question, how many hours a week will I be in college?
Again, depends on the qualification, depends on whether you need to do additional maths and English on top of your study programme. But a study programme runs approximately 2 to 3 days in college, and then that allows you 1 day to carry out work experience.
Okay, how much theory is involved at level 1?
At level 1, the course is generally split 50-50, but at level 1, the theory is very much more designed to be fun. We've got an amazing level 1 tutor called Charlotte, and she works really well with the level 1 learners. So although there's some classroom element to it, she actually likes getting students out and about. So not only does she have students working with the animals, but what she does is she takes students into the grounds, and they do a little bit of groundwork as well. They'll do a little bit of gardening, and they'll grow things like strawberries, which then they'll feed to some of the animals, and sort of like garlic and onions and things like that we can use to help feed the animals. So time of year will vary, but generally you kind of like 1 day a week working practically, and then 1 day a week you'll be in the classroom, but it is a bit more fun.
Okay, we've got a question around the level 4 course, Rachel. Can you start at level 4 after A levels and BTEC at sixth form, or do you need to have done level 3?
No, if you've already got a level 3 qualification, whether it's related to animals or not related to animals, you can go straight in at level 4, and that's the course that you'd apply for.
Okay, there is somebody who's typed in a question around funding. I'm going to type the answer privately to that person rather than you having to go through individual funding question. How much can you earn working with animals?
Oh, it varies. So if you're looking at a vet nurse, for example, again, there's been a massive change to the way that vet nurses are funding. So your starting salary for a vet nurse newly qualified is around about 18,000 a year, but usually within 2 to 3 years you're earning around the 22,000 mark. And again, as you continue with what they call professional development, so you continue going on training programs and you can add additional qualifications, then some senior or head nurses can earn in excess of £30,000 a year. And that applies along similar lines with zookeepers. If you're wanting to go into more the research side of it, again, your starting salaries can be around about the £20,000 mark and head upwards. But obviously, you know, your kennel work, your retail work, again, you'll probably start off on minimum wage with that. So a lot of it depends on the type of career. There's so many on offer, and this is something that we look at as part of the course. We get students to actually look into careers, the progression routes within individual careers, and earnings that can come with that.
Okay, the person that asked about level 4 has come back in again saying, on average, how many students do you take?
It does fluctuate year on year. This year being a COVID year, we've had a relatively small influx. Next year we could have in excess of stuff like 16, 17 students. What we would look at though is if we start in excess of 20 students, we look at running 2 separate groups so that we've got maximum group sizes of around about 14 at level 4.
Okay, someone's asking about dog grooming. Can you do that as a school leaver?
You could do it at school either, but the standalone grooming qualifications an evening course, and unfortunately that's not funded. So you could apply for the evening course, but you'd have to fund that yourself, which is approximately between 700 and 750 pounds. But you would still have to do an additional full-time qualification alongside the evening dog grooming course.
Okay, we've got a question from somebody who's Hargate based, saying, do they have to come to Huddersfield for lessons, or is everything at Hargate?
No, everything's at Hargate for the Hargate Hill students. Maths and English though are virtual lessons, so you would sign into an online lesson for your English and maths, but all your main vocational qualifications carried out at Hargate.
Okay, how are you managing to teach everyone online during COVID?
We've been quite lucky that we had a good run up to Christmas. So from September to Christmas, we did really well getting students into college. We had fantastic attendance. Students were able to get through quite a lot of practical work. And at the moment, online lessons are through Teams, but again, we've had a really good response with students coming on to those online lessons and engaging with them. What we are doing at the moment is trying to cover the theory side of things, and with a look to reviewing the practicals when we're able to return into college, because we might have to start increasing the practical lessons to make sure that students aren't losing out on those skills. So at the moment we're covering the academic side of it, the theory side of it, and then when we're back in college we'll go back to doing more practical work.
Okay, we've got somebody saying if they get maths at a 4 or if they have a D, can they still go on to level 3?
So what we look at students individually. So if you've got English at grade 4 or C or above, along with an appropriate level 2 or 4 of the GCSEs, then we would take you on a level 3 programme and you would do maths alongside that.
Okay, someone's asking how long does the level 2 course last for, and are you guaranteed progression onto level 3?
So the level 2 course lasts for 1 year, and what we do is right from the start we encourage students to get a minimum of a merit grade overall on the level 2 qualification. If you get an overall merit grade on the qualification, then yes, you can progress on to level 3. We just need to make sure that you're able to cope with a higher level of work.
Okay, we've got somebody who wants to work in a zoo. Will level 3 animal management help them progress?
Yes, with the zoo option, so the level 3, ideally, if you wanted to sort of like stop at level 3, you'd be looking at doing an apprenticeship within a zoo setting. So you'd be looking at apprenticeships after that. Your other route would be to progress either onto level 4, level 5, and then do your top-up zoo degree, or go to university from level 3 to do your zoology degree. We get quite a lot of students progressing into university that will do, say, zoology and behaviour or zoology and conservation. And those universities tend to be linked with the zoos as well, so they'll get the work experience in an actual zoo setting. So you have got a couple of options from the level 3 with regards to working in zoos.
Okay, we've got a question related to the number of students we take. How many students do you take at level 2 and level 3?
We don't put a cap on numbers. What we do is we will increase or decrease groups depending on the number of students we get. So this year we've had approximately 55 level 2 students, and they've been split over 4 groups, and we've had approximately 72 level 3 students, and they've been split over 4 groups. And then those groups individually are split so that we've got smaller numbers of students within a practical setting. So there should be no more than between 8 to 10 maximum actually working with an instructor in the practical units.
Okay, we've got a student asking, saying, I have a disability, will it affect me getting a place?
Not at all. We've taken in the past a student with a range of disabilities. What we do is we work closely with the students to see what measurements we can put in place to support individual learners. So it's a shame we can't visit Taylor Hill, because we have got accessibility for learners that sort of like can't use stairs, sort of thing. So we've got lifts, we've got sort of like disabled facilities for any learner with mobility issues, but we've also got support for learners with other disabilities.
The next question is around progression again. Can you go to university to become a vet nurse if you pass level 2?
Not from a level 2 qualification. They have changed it. Vet nursing now are wanting students to have attained a level 3 qualification, but you can go from a level 3, and again you can go into an apprenticeship, or you can do it through degree, but you still have to have your level 3. There is what they call an assistant nursing qualification, which is like a nursing assistant that you can do with a level 2. And then from that, you will be offered an opportunity at the vets that you work at to then go and do a diploma at level 3 in vet nursing.
Okay, we've got a question saying, can we choose which animals we work with? I don't like snakes.
In theory, yes. I mean, we encourage students to work with all animals. Snakes aren't my favourite. But we have got some really friendly snakes, and I've learnt to actually quite like the snakes, but I still refuse point blank to handle the tarantula. That is not going anywhere near me. So, you know, for the qualification, no, you don't have to work with every single animal. So, you know, we do understand that there are genuinely some animals that students don't like. So we work around that, but we will encourage you a little bit and see if we can get you at least close to the snakes.
We've got somebody who wants to know if you can mix animal care with another subject.
Not normally, because animal care is a full-time qualification. However, what we need to do is speak individually on that one. We could do kind of like 2 part qualifications, but that's something that I'd have to speak to the student individually and look at what areas they wanted to work with. And then I'd have to speak to another member of the college team who will be able to tell me whether we can actually do 2 part-time courses to make up a full-time programme. So I'm not saying it's out of the question, I'd just say it's something that I'd need to look into.
If we do work placements, do we get help finding somebody to take us on?
Yes, so we've got a work placement officer working with it. Well, we've got 3 actually. That work with different year groups. So some work with the level 3, some work with the level 2s, and they will meet on a regular basis with all students and have a chat about work placements. We do have a bank of placements available that we can slot students into. We do encourage students to sort of like help themselves with the work placement, but we've always got that backup and that support on hand with the work placement officer.
Okay, we've got somebody asking, how long does the level 3 course last?
So we've got 2 options. We've got a 1-year option, which will give you a technical diploma in animal management, and that's the equivalent to 1 A level. And then we've got a 2-year option, which can either be a technical extended diploma that's equivalent to either 2 A levels or 3 A levels. So we've got a 1-year option and then 2 2-year options.
Okay, right, so I'm conscious we're running out of time, so we'll go to the last 3 questions, Rachel. This is a final call out. I've got a question. I've found a short animal psychology diploma. I'm thinking of doing it in my spare time. Would this be worthwhile trying to complete?
It depends on sort of like what you want to do career wise. It certainly would help your studies, and it certainly would help you develop additional skills, and it's something that you can put on a CV. But what I'd do is I'd research the course and exactly what you get from that course. It probably won't equate to any kind of like level of qualification, so it won't count if you're wanting to apply to university and things like that, but it could be something that employers may be interested in. So it's worth having a look at anyway.
Okay, there's a couple of people have put in quite individual questions around funding. If you email info@kirkleescollege.ac.uk, then the info team will be able to arrange for financial support to contact you. And a couple of people have asked about applying. How do students apply, Rachel?
The best way to apply is via the Kirklees College website. So if you go into the Kirklees College website, click on apply, and there's plenty of information on the site. It's quick and easy to apply, and it's the best way at the moment with COVID circumstances.
Okay, brilliant. So that's all the questions that have been asked. I hope everybody found that useful. If you would like to attend one of our other events, then you can visit our website www.kirkleescollege.ac.uk and book onto one of those events. If you have any further questions, then you can email info@kirkleescollege.ac.uk, or you can telephone 01484 437 070, and the team will be available to answer any of your questions until 7:30 p.m. A recording of this presentation will go onto the college website within 48 hours if you would like to go back and listen to it again. Thank you for attending.